ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 7, verse number 49. So, Sri Avadhutji Dattatreya is continuing to describe what he has learned from his 24 gurus. So, in previous sloka he spoke about moon, what he learned from the moon. Now in the next one he talks about fire. Purushottam Prabhu.
Maybe you can clarify when he said Pran is Ahar Adisu. So is it just a Sakti is receiving from Ahar and that's calling Prana, or there is Prana which is other than Vayu which is getting it? That's not clear to me.
He said that there are two types of Vayu, Antarik and Bahya, in the commentary.
Yes, yes, that's I saw that. He is talking about antar.
Yeah, Prana means Antarik Vayu, inner.
So that antarik vayu coming from ahar, then that's what he's saying.
It's nourished by Ahar.
Nourished by ahar. Okay, so the entire Sharir is nourished by ahar then basically.
Yeah.
Is that the meaning then? Okay.
You get Prana from Ahar. So Prana means also strength,
Okay.
life force.
In that sense is okay.
Pran plus Andhatu.
Hmm.
कालेन हि योग वेगेन भूतानां प्रभवप्ययौ नित्यौ अपि न दृश्यते आत्मनोऽग्निर्यथार्चसाम्. So he says that by the vega, the flow of powerful time, the changes which are happening in the bhut, such as the body, the bhutanam prabhapyo nityau api na drishyate, although they are all the time happening, but they are not perceived. Just like when there is a flame, so flame is continuously dying and continuously generated, but it looks like as if there is only one flame. So like that he says that bhutanam prabhava apyayo nityau api. That prabhava means birth, apya means destruction. So like that the bodies of the living beings, they are all the time dying and taking birth, because body is made of cells, and cells are all the time dying and newer ones are coming up, but we think body is stable, but there is death all the time. So he gives the example of the flame. So if you see any flame, it looks like it is one flame, like but there is a flow. So he says, I learned that from the fire. Singhavlokan punarapi agnehe sakashad vairagyam shikshitamah. So there is one nyaya which is called Simhavlokanam. So whether it is true or not, but it is famous. Maybe now they can tell that lion, when he goes for hunting, so he is looking for the prey. So he is moving. Then once in a while he stops and he looks back if there is anything behind. So that is called Simhavlokan. Means seeing anything remaining or anything from the past. So he says, he again gives the teaching from fire. Because already he spoke about fire earlier. So Tejasvi Tapsa Deepto Durdharso Udar Bhajana, verse 45. He has spoken that, 46 also. So Kale Naiti Oghavatam Marut Adinamive Vego Yasya. So Ogha means power, strength, flow. So like air has also, which has powerful strength to flow. So Tena Atmane Sambandhinam Bhutanam Dehanam ityartha. So body is changing, but we think of body as permanent, and then we make plans, but body is fleeting reality. Although it is difficult to remember this, we always think of everything around us as very stable, but everything is changing. So if we can remember that, then our mentality will also be different. So this is what Avadhut is saying. Then next he says, Gunair gunanupadatte yatha kalam vimunchati nateshu yujyate yogi gobhir gaiva gopatihi. So he gives the example of sun. What sun does is that it takes the water with its, it is said that sun is sucking up the water with its rays. But we know that it heats the water, heats, it evaporates and goes up, and then it turns into clouds, and then the clouds release the water again. So Gopati means the sun, and Gobhi means the sun rays. So rays are also called sun, air is also Go. Go has got many meaning. Go means cow, Go means earth, Go means rays of light. So, because it goes, Go also means arrow. Anything which moves is Go. So he says that sun is the Gopati and earth is Ga. Go, Gava, 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 Ga. So, Ga, Gobhir Ga Iva Gopati. Ga, Go also he says water here. So he releases the water from his, he takes it and then releases in time. Yatha kalam vimunchati. So in the same way, the yogi, he also takes things with his senses and then he releases them when there is a need. So gunair gunan upadatte yatha kalam vimunchati. Guna also means senses, guna also means sense object. Sanskrit is interesting, they take one word then give many meanings to it. And then you get bewildered, what is this gunair gunan? So Krishna also says guna gunesu vartante iti matva na sajjate. So guna gunesu vartante means that the guna means senses, guna means sense object. Sense object, they come in contact with the senses, yogi is not disturbed by that. So here also guna twice is used. So Suryat Shikshitam Ahad Dvabhyam. So sun gives this education to us in 2 slokas, he describes that. So the meaning is that sun is doing welfare because there is water in the ocean, and if the sun does not take that water and shower here, then how will we survive? All the forest, animals, everything needs water. And from where the water will come? You can say, well, water comes from the tap. Because now people think like that. When school children was asked, from where does the milk come? From the store. He did not know that milk actually comes from the cow. He thought milk comes from the store because he went always with his mother buying milk, So sometimes people think water comes from the tap. So if the sun does not take the water up and then distribute it, then how the humanity, or even not only human beings but all other beings, how will they survive? So much welfare sun is doing, taking water, and that water of the ocean is not drinkable. So he takes that water and makes it drinkable. Right? Otherwise you cannot drink. So this is amazing. Now you may say, well, there is no God, it's all happened like that. So the yogis also takes things with the senses and then does something. Gunair indriyai. So guna means the senses. Gunan vishyan upadatte yatha kalam arthini agate sati vimunchati. So you take with the senses. Take does not mean you eat it. You can also pick fruits with your hands. store it, then somebody comes, you can give, okay, here is a fruit, right? So that's what it means. Taking with the senses does not mean that he is eating. Means he can collect things when there is a season. So you collect it. When there is time, then you distribute. So that's what it means. So vimunchati dadati charnateshu yujyate maya labdha maya datta iti vabhinesham na karoti. And in the process of taking and giving, then he does not become associated with it, that I gave this, so now you deserve some service for me, you should do that, or you are obliged. So he remained detached, like the sun. Sun takes water, gives us, and he is doing it regularly, non-stop, whether you do Surya Namaskar or not, it doesn't matter. He continues to do his welfare. So he says that I have learned this from the sun, that you do welfare to people without becoming attached. Abhinivesham na karoti. Gobhi rasmi bhi. So gobhi means the rays of the sun. Ga, jalani. Ga means water, plural. Gopati, Surya. Gopati means sun. Buddhyate svena bhedena vyaktisthaiva tadgataha lakshate sthulamati bhiratma chavasthito arkavat. So buddhyate svena bhedena vyaktisthaiva tadgataha sthulamatir atma. So Atma, again, Advaitvadis will take the meaning of Atma as one, because for them there is only one Atma. So he says that there is only one Atma in all the bodies, and we take the meaning of Atma as Paramatma. But those who are Sthulmati, Sthulmati means thick head. So those who are thick-headed people, Sthul means thick, Mati means intelligence. So fine intelligence and tamasic intelligence. Tamasic is thick. Sattva is light, right? Tamas is heavy. So they cannot understand that there is only one Paramatma in all beings. They think everybody is separate. So buddhyate svena bhedena vyaktistha, situated in every vyakti, tadgata, lakshate. But those who are intelligent, they understand that it is just like sun. That if there are many pots and they are filled with water, then there is sun reflecting in them. There is only one sun, not that there are so many suns. So therefore it says avasthito arkavat. So just like there are various reflections, this is also called pratibimbavad in Tattva Sandarbha. Jiva Goswami talks about it. So this is what he has learned from sun again, second one. So he does the meaning of Atma as Paramatma. So Atma means Paramatma. Svena bhedena swarup shakti, maya shakti, jiv shaktya atmakatvena avasthito arkvad buddhyate. So Svena bhedena, he also gives a different meaning, that there is Paramatma. Paramatma has got Swarup Shakti. Paramatma has Swarup Shakti, or only Bhagavan has Swarup Shakti? Paramatma also has? Yes? Not? Brahman? Brahman also has? Brahman Shakti? No? Yes, no? Some say that only Bhagavan has Shakti, Ladini Shakti, Samvit, Sandhani, Bhairanga Shakti, Antaranga Shakti. So he says Paramatma has got Swarup Shakti, Maya Shakti, Jiv Shakti. So they are different. Svena Bhedena. Satyatmakena avasthito arkavad buddhyate. So he understands that it is just like sun who is manifest in this. Arko yatha svamandalam eva karnatmakena bhedena avasthito buddhyate. So just like sun situated up, but svamandalam eva karnatmakena bhedena. So different reflections. स्थूलमति भिस्तु व्यक्तिस्थो जाति पदार्थ एव तद्गत व्यक्तिगत उपाधि अवच्छिन्न आत्मा लक्ष्यते. But those who are स्थूलमति, they think that in व्यक्तिस्थो जाति पदार्थ एव, that there is vyakti and there is jati. There is one jati in all the vyakti, right? All the ghatas have ghatatva in them. Ghatatva is one. Ghata are many parts. Partness is one. So tadgata vyaktigata upadhi avchinna atma lakshyate. Arkavat arko yatha jaladi parichinna. So there is upadhis. So upadhis are many. Bodies are upadhi, atma is one. So it is understood like that. Arko tarko yatha jaladi parichinna. So now the next story he tells about the pigeon. He said he also had pigeon as one of his guru. So he tells a nice story of the pigeon. For everything else he didn't tell any story because there are just objects which he perceives. But this pigeon story is very interesting. So it teaches about the human relation, wife and husband, or these days boyfriend, girlfriend relation, what they call as live-in relation. Because pigeon and lady pigeon, pigeony, they don't get married, right? So what human beings are doing now, pigeons have been doing it all the time. They have a live-in relationship. Right? They also go away, find another partner. So he talks about one relationship like this. So he says, first he gives the meaning of this story. He says, Nati sneha prasango va kartavye kvapi kenachit kurvan vindeta santapam kapotaiva deenadhi. So this is what he learned from the pigeon. What he says, do not become too much affectionate to somebody or too much attached. If you become too much attached, some little attachment fine, but too much is problematic. So he says, Nati sneha prasangava. Sneha means affection, prasanga attachment, kartavya, kvapi kenachit. Never by anybody, nobody should do that. If you do it, what happens? Kurvan vindeta santapam. If you do too much affection, then all you get is suffering, santap, pain. Just like this wretched kapot, the wretched pigeon, he got attracted to the pigeony and he got into trouble. So kapota kaschan aranye kritnido vanaspatau kapotya bharya sadhu sardham uvasa katachit samah. So in some forest there was a pigeon and he made his nest in some tree and there he lived with his wife Kapoti, female pigeon, and they lived together for many years. So it was a strong relationship, not so much temporary. And then kapotau sneha gunat hridayau griha dharmino drishtim drishtya angamangena buddhim buddhya bhavandhatu. And they were very, very affectionate to each other. Very, completely, totally in love. Flying together, eating together, sleeping together, talking together. So they were sneha gunit hridayav. Their hearts were bound by the rope of affection. And they were very good in their family life. Griha dharmina. So they will sit together and do eye gazing. Yeah, he says drishtim drishtya angam angena. Drishtim drishtya means eye gazing. And angam angena, and embrace each other. And buddhim buddhya, and the mind with the mind. So they were very much in harmony, complete harmony. It's rare to find such relationship in human beings. So there was no discrepancy, very much together, no fighting, only affection. And living in the forest very happily. And sayyasa natan sthana varta kridasnadikam mithnu bhuya vishrabdhau cheratur vanarajeshu. So they will always together, they are sleeping together, sitting together, walking together, talking together, playing together, eating together, everything together. So always together, no separation. And they had the forest, Cheratu Vanarajesu. So they wandered in the forest, look for food, play, come back. They did not know anything else except each other. And very faithful to each other. No cheating, nothing like that. Vishrabdha. Vishrabdha means faithful. They had complete Vishwas. And yam yam vanchati sa rajan tarpiyanti anukampita tam tam samanayat kamam krichrena pyajitendriya. And whatever the wife asked to the pigeon will bring that and fulfill her desire. He was completely enamored by her affection. And she was also tarpayanti anukampita. She was also very pleasing to him, doing seva, everything. You want hot tea, you want some cool drink, anything. She was supplying all that. Tarpayanti, he says tarpayanti. And anukampita, and he was also very compassionate towards her. But he says that even if he has to work hard to please her, he will do that. Like they say that for you I will cross the oceans. Right? One husband was telling like this to the wife, that for your sake I'll cross the ocean. So he said, oh, that's good, but will you stay there? So he says that Ajita Indriya. The pigeon was Ajitendriya. He was not Jitendriya. He did not have his senses under his control because they were controlled by the wife. So there is not much commentary on this because these verses don't need comment, right? Everybody understands that. Snatsi Karti said, what is the point in telling this? People know this better than me. So he doesn't have much experience of this. So he says, Kapota Sikshita Mahe Natiti. So he is describing what he learned from the pigeon. Prasanga Upalalanadi. So Prasanga means Upalalan means taking care. So Tarpayanti Surat Alapa Vikshitadubhi Priniyanti. So she was very pleasing to him, to the Kapota. He says, how? He says Surat Alapa. She will speak to him very, affectionate, loving manner. and also look, because love is in the eyes, right? If you want to, the best expression of the love comes from the eyes, not from the nose. Right? So therefore he says that Vikshita Devi Pranyanti. She was very pleasing to him with her affectionate looks. So this part was good. But now comes the trouble part. So kapoti prathamam garbham grinati kala agate andani shushave nide swapatyu sannidhau sati. So now the pigeon, the lady pigeon, she became pregnant. And then in due course of time, she gave what do you say, eggs, delivered. So she delivered eggs near her husband. So husband was also happy to see the eggs, and she was also very pleased. And teshu kale vijayanta rachita vyeva harehe shakti bhir durvyabhya vibhayabhi komalanga tanurva. And then by the power of Bhagavan Hari, which is incomprehensible, from those eggs came out the babies, which had very soft, tender bodies. When the babies come out from the eggs, they're very soft. Komalanga tanurva drubhavyabhi. So after some time, the little babies, baby pigeons came out. Prajaha pupushatu pritau dampati putra vatsalau shinvantau kojitam tasam nirvittau kalabhashitam. And then the dampati, the parents, husband, wife, who were very affectionate to the babies, they nourished them. Because you know that baby birds, they cannot fly yet. So the parents, they go, they bring some food in their beak and put into their mouth. So they were doing that. And then the birds, they will make some sound, chan 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 chan, like. And the parents will feel so happy with that. You see, when the bird flies away and then she comes with the food, the birds start jumping up with their beaks opening. Give it to me, give it to me. You know. So they were so happy by this sound gave them much bliss. Nirvriti means bliss, and kalbhasitam means sweet sounding of these birds. So this is also the pleasure of the family life. When the children are there, then they're playing and they're making some sounds. They're like toys for the parents. Right? The parents play with the children like the toys, jump them, throw them up, catch them, shake them. So tasam patatrai susparshai kujitair mugdha cheshchitai pratyudgamair adinanam pitarau mudamapatu. And then slowly their wings started coming up, and they were very soft to touch. And then they will make some sound, and their movements were very like childish movements they make, but that attracts the minds of the parents. And pratyudgamair adinanam. So when the children were well nourished by the parents, and parents felt very, very happy seeing their children growing nicely. Snehanubadha hridayani hridayau anyonyam vishnu mayayau vimohitau dinadhiyau shishun pupashatu praja. And their hearts being bound with affection to each other by the Maya of Vishnu. So Maya, Devi Maya, Vishnu Maya. So they were totally in this illusion of family affairs, family life. And they will, seeing these children well nourished, adina nam pitro mudam apto, they attained much happiness. So this is how their life passed. And vimohitau dīnadhiyo shishun pupushatu praja. So they were taking care of them, nourishing them. And in that sense they are called here as dīnadhi. Means very wretched, because they are just forgetting everything and attached only to this. So ekada jagmatu tasam anyartham tau kutumbinau paritah kanane tasmin arthinau cheratoshchiram. So one day the couple, the pigeon and wife, they flew to get some food for the children. The children are still not flying, but they started moving. They don't have yet the wings to fly, but they can walk around. So now they are not sitting just in the nest. So they started moving around here and there. So that's what they were doing. And for a long time they are walking in the forest area like that, near the tree. So when this happened, then one hunter came. Called hunter? Lubdhaka. So drishtva tan lubdhaka kaschit yadrichhato vane charaha jagrihe jalama tatya charta swalayantake. So he saw these baby birds walking around and he said, oh, this is a good opportunity for me to catch them. So he threw his net and they were walking around. So when he spread his net, he caught them. So this is the end of their family life. So swala antike. So babies were there just wandering nearby their house or their nest. So he caught them. Kapotascha kapoticha prajapose sadautsakau gatau poshanam adaya swanidam upjagmatu. And the pigeon and the lady pigeon who have gone away to get food and very eager to feed their children. So they brought some food there and they came near the nest. And of course when they came near they saw what has happened. So there is not much comment on these slokas. Praja vajayanta adinanam hristanam shishun balan prajapatyani Swalayantike swanidtal nikate chartas tatha balan jagraha poshnam bhaksham. So now see how they react. So this shows how when there is attachment, which we call as love. Attachment is not a good word, but love is more nice sounding. So they were in love with their children, and love is blind, right? So they were blinded by the love, they did not use their buddhi, so they will also get caught. And hunter was very happy for all that. So kapoti swatmajan viksha balkan jal sambritan tanabhyadhavata kroshanti kroshato bhrish dukkhitaha. So first the lady, mother has more affection than the father. So mother's heart is softer than the father. So when she saw the baby birds and the birds started crying, seeing the mother, they were now wailing, weeping, shouting, help, help. Oh mama, please release us. They are asking, the children will do that, right? Children see the mother, they immediately start crying if they are in trouble. If the child is running, he falls down. If there is nobody looking, he will not cry. But if he sees the mother, he will start crying. You've seen this? If there is nobody, then probably he will just shake up his hand and he will walk. But if the mother is there, then he will have a big cry. And then the mother, obviously, she starts crying. If the children are crying and they are helpless, then she also started crying. And thus she was drowned in unhappiness, sadness. Kroshto bhrisadukkhita. Sa sakrit sneha gunita deen chitta jamayaya swayam chabhyata tadashicha baddhan pashyanti apsmriti. So she was completely bound by their affection, and therefore her heart was very distressful by the Maya of Bhagavan, and therefore she herself also fell into the net. Sichacha abadhyat swacha baddhan pashyanti. When she saw her own babies tied in the net, she also says, how can I be here? She just forgot that what is this apsmriti. Kapotascha atmajan baddhan atmanopi adhikan priyan bharyam cha atmasamam dino vilalapati dukkhita. So now only the pigeon is remaining. So all the children and the mother, they are under the net of the hunter, and he is waiting for this guy. He says, why are you waiting? You should join the family. So he was very unhappy. He saw his own wife and his children who are dear to him more dear to him than his own life. So then he started crying in a very distressful state of mind. Vilalapati dukkhita. So he did not immediately jump. First he cried. Mother did not stop. She immediately jumped. Father is first looking at them and crying and very sad. But then he realized that what is my life without them? So he says, let me also go. So the mother went without any thought. Father is thinking. And then he makes the right decision to go with them. So he says, Aho me pashyata payam alpapunyasya durmatehe atriptasya kritarthasya grihastraya vargiko hataha. So first he is lamenting. And this is how he laments. He said, just look at my ill fate. And I don't have much piety. I have fallen into this calamity. And although I am not satisfied yet with my family life, I have not attained what I want to attain. But now my dharma, artha and kama, they are all destroyed. Because in family life, wife is the source of dharma, artha and kama. So source of dharma because husband in grihastha ashram performs all religious duties along with wife. And artha, he earns money so that she can run the house. Otherwise he has to come back and then cook. So wife supports, he goes and makes money. And they enjoy together. So, then what is their sloka? Sarvam Sunya. Yasya nasti, yasya mata grihe nasti, bharya cha prativadani. One who does not have mother and doesn't have a sweet talking wife, yatharanyam tatha griham. It says for him house and forest there is no difference. So griham griham grihini griham ityavana griham iti uchyate. House means wife. So therefore people say there is no life without wife. So he is also thinking like this, that now I cannot be successful neither in dharma nor in artha nor in kama because I lost my wife. So anurupānukula ca yasya me pati devata Sunye grihe mam santyajya putrai swaryati sadhuvi. So he is praising his wife. He is very much appreciator of his wife. He says, my wife is very favorable to me. She does everything what I want, and she is very qualified to be my wife, Anurupa. Means there is no mismatch. So this is rare these days that you have a wife like that, who is very favorable, qualified. And she says that she is Pati Devata, she treats me like a Devata. But now my house has become empty. Shunye grihe mam santyajya. She has abandoned me, and along with the children she is going to heaven. Swaryati sadhuvi. Sadhuvi putrai saha swaryati. So Swaryati does not necessarily mean that she is going to heaven, but in India when you die, you say uska swargvas ho gaya. Means she will be dead now soon. She knows this. And I am here, what will I do? So baddhan swabalan pashyanti apasmriti shokena chetana sati patanti svicha jalena baddhata. So Vishwanath Chakravarti says that the mother, when she came and she saw the children in the net, then she lost her consciousness because of the grief. So when people go into very deep grief, naturally at that time they cannot think properly. Just like Arjuna, he fell into grief, then he was not able to think properly. Gandivam sastya hanstat tvakcha me paridahyati. Right? He said, cannot hold even my Gandiva, my head is reeling. Bhramti vivacha me mana. So grief is like that. When people have very intense grief, they cannot make any decisions, they cannot think properly. So this says that she lost consciousness, awareness. She became almost like unconscious and fell into the net. Jalena vadhyata. Now husband, he did not lose the consciousness immediately, but he is reaching to the same situation, thinking, because of that affection, snehanubandha. So he is saying, what is the purpose of my life now? Soham sunye grihe dino mritadaro mrita prajaha jijivishay kim artham va vidro dukha jivitaha. So he says that now what is the purpose of my life? Why shall I live? I am widower, my wife is dead, my children are dead, my house is empty now. So they say that this house is like just suffocating me, because everything is going to remind him of his wife and children. So he says, what is the purpose of this such a life? I will be just miserable. Dukha jivita. So this is what he thought, and therefore he will also sacrifice his life. Tans tathaivavritaन् shagbi mrityu-grastan vicheshtataha swam cha karpune sikshu pashyan apya budho patat. So when he was thinking like this, and he saw that all these, my wife and children, they are all in the grip of death, and basically there is no chesta remaining, there is nothing they can do now. So he realized, what is the purpose of my life? I am so wretched now. So when he saw all this, then Pashyan-api abudho patat. Although he saw all this, but because he also could not make any proper decision, he also fell into the net. So he also got caught. So tam labdhva lubdha ka krura kapotam grihamedhinam kapotakan kapotim cha siddhartha prayo griham. So hunter was waiting for that only, that why to leave this poor fellow alone, he will suffer in separation from his wife, better they all together. Jina yaha marna yaha. Right? So we'll live together, we'll die together. So he waited out of compassion, but he says krura, that he was very cruel. So this Kapota, who was very much involved in family life, so he caught him also, and the baby pigeon's wife pigeon, and then Siddhartha, his purpose was achieved. He went home happily, got nice food. Evam kutambi asantatma dvanda rama patatrivat pushnan kutambam kripana sanubandho sidati. So what is the teaching from this? Now he concludes with the instruction, what he learned from the story. Where was he? He was seeing this happening from far, watching. So he says this is the story of family people. Evan kutumbi api ashantatma. He says the family people, they are ashantatma, they are not peaceful in their mind. Dvandva rama patatrivat. Like this Kapota and Kapoti, pigeon family, they are always in dvandva, in the duality, troubled life. And they try to maintain their family, kripna sanubandho sidati, but they fall into grief because they are bound to each other. It is naturally, if one person falls sick in the family, everybody, right? Then some other problem comes to someone. In family there is always something. Some happy moments are also there. It's not that there is always trouble. But troubles are coming, and he is stressing on the trouble part. In the beginning they were enjoying, he is not saying anything about that. Because he is avadhut. Sarvam dukkham eva vivekina. The viveki people only stress on the suffering, not the nice time they had. So why is that? This is the reason, because they have a reason. He says, ye prapya manusham lokam mukti dwaram apavritam griheshu khagvat saktas tamarudhachutam viduhu. So he says that after attaining this human body, ye prapya manusham lokam. Manusham lokam means human body. So what is the value of this human body? He says mukti dwaram apavritam. This is an open gate for liberation. Means human body is the body in which you can attain permanent happiness. But people do not see that this is actually an opportunity for me to attain happiness once for all, no more suffering. Common people, they do not understand. Not only common people, uncommon people also don't understand it. Uncommon people also don't take this seriously. Common people, of course, they don't take. So they remain in the griha, like the birds, khagavat, and these are called arudhachutam. This is the name which he gives to them. Arudhachutam means that it's like you ride to the top and then from there you don't fall down. Means you have got the opportunity, but you misuse it. You have achieved what you want to achieve, but then after achieving you lose it. So that is called arudha chutam. So this is the importance of human birth. So arudha chuta is called prapya sthanam prapya patitam. Something you want to reach, you reach there, and then again lose it. So like you work hard, you apply for a job, then an opportunity comes to get the job, you are invited for the interview, then you say, oh no, I'm not going. It's too much trouble to go for the interview. Some people are like that. Last minute, they change their mind. So that is called arudha chutam. So he says, those who take this human body, which is durlabha, durlabham manusa deho, dehinam kshanabangura. So jati satena labte kil manusatvam tatrapi durlabhataram kil bhodujattam. Yastanna palayati lalayati indriyani tassamritam ksharati hastagatam pramadat. Says after hundreds and hundreds of births you get this human body, and to get human body to come to the platform of becoming devotee is even more rare. So one who does not then take care of it and becomes attracted only to the sense pleasures. So he says just like you have a pot of amrita and you poke holes in it, so everything goes away. So although you have amrita in your hand, but you lose it. That is called arudha chuta. So vicheshta manan pashyan apatat. Just commenting on one word. Iti sarartha darshinyam harshinyam bhakta chetasam ekadase saptamoyam sangata sangata satam. So this is the end of commentary, Sarartha Darshini, on the 7th chapter of 11th canto. So we'll stop here if there is any question. And then he's going to speak about his other gurus. Bhushan.
Babaji Pranam, I was wondering if this lesson on from the pigeon, is this a critique on the optional, option for committing sati? That is it like saying you should not do that, rather stay alive and pursue spirituality?
Where is the sati here?
Because the husband, I mean, it's the inverse sati here. I guess the wife and the husband.
So don't call it sati, call it sata. Sati is for the wife, you know. So that's what he's saying, that there is no need to do. Higher than sati is becoming devotee. Sandeep.
Pranam Babaji Maharaj. So I was just thinking, like the same story of pigeons. Here is shown the attachment by way of which they did not use their intelligence. So, but it is also one's duty if you are in a family life to take care of your children. It becomes your kind of a duty.
Yes.
So what would have been different had they been just performing their duty? So I was just trying to, if you would just explain a little on that.
No.
Duty versus attachment, how...
When they saw the fellow and saw the children, they should have went and packed on his head. Both of them troubled him. But they didn't think anything. They just fell into the net. That's not taken care of.
Attachment would generally devoid you of your intelligence.
Generally?
Always.
Why you say generally? You have some experience otherwise or what?
Sometimes you get your senses back. Most of the time...
It doesn't happen.
Most of the time it is just like you're just going with your emotions.
Yes.
So normally in Gita, when Krishna says to get over raga and dvesh, that is also like just doing your duty without attachment. Will that be the same lesson?
Yes. It's a difficult job.
Right. Thank you.
Vilas.
Pranam Babaji, the pigeon parents, what should they have done ideally?
That's what I'm saying. They should have attacked the hunter. They should go and poke into his eyes with their beak. Maybe he runs away, then they try to get the kids out of the children. This is just a story. Pigeons don't think like that. It's something to tell. It's more like a made-up story. Otherwise, where was Avdut watching all this? He was there for many years seeing this pigeon because he said that they lived for many years together. So some of these things are just made up like that. It's basically the idea is to use our intelligence in every situation and not become carried away. As he was saying that guna gunair. So we become carried away by our senses, by our mind. That is the natural scenario. Although Sandeep said generally, but actually this is what happens always. He's being generous. I'm being more harsh.
And this would mean that, so they should have tried to rescue the children and at least rescue themselves. Is that correct?
Yeah. What is the point in giving up life like that? Try. Just to give life, they are dying. So try. Maybe there is some chance. Yatane kritaya dina sadyati kvatra dosha. If you make effort and you are not successful, that's fine. At least you made and you will at least say, okay, I tried. But they didn't even try. They just jumped. The mother immediately jumped and father thought about it and he says, okay, what is the purpose of my life now? And then he could have found another pigeon. In time, they say time heals. So his wound would have healed after some time and find another wife. In forest there are many other pigeons. Some other ladies also looking for husband. Now that lady will have no husband. Okay, Purushottam Prabhu, this is old hand or new hand?
It is a new hand. I am still not clear on the verse number 51. What is really the teachings?
What is 51 saying?
Buddhyate svana vedena yaktistha iva tadgataha lakshate stula mati bihi atma cha avastito arkavat.
Means the foolish people that do not see that there is only one Atma in everybody or one Paramatma in all. They see they're different. Like sun is reflecting in many pots, so you see there are different suns, although there is only one sun. So that's the teaching he is giving.
It's just a pratibimbat then basically. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.